Hey OT lovers.
Hi.
And non-OT lovers who are here for the first time, welcome aboard this train.
Yeah. And due to popular demand, today we're going to be sharing our PR story with you. So how we started the PR process, how the application journey was like, and how we finally made it here to Canada.
Yeah, so keep watching.
Yeah, so stay tuned. So IELTS and the West accreditation, those were like the two things that we needed before like being able to get into the pool.
Yeah.
So once we got those two out of the way, I think we started gathering some documents. Like I went to get like reference letters from places I had worked before and all of that. There's a format for that. It comes with that book too. Then I think we didn't want to like have separate profiles or separate applications. We weren't married at the time, so we wanted to get married first before like starting the application process. So I think that's one of the things that also delayed us. So
but either way though, we also wanted to be in the pool, just to even know our scores and see how it was. So the pool is like, so what happens is that when you get those two things, you would fill your profile, like create a profile with IRCC, with the old Canadian Immigration Bank. You see everything in this book, all the links are there. So you create a profile where they'll ask you, things like your age and what your degree. That's where your educational assessment comes in. So what is the highest level of education that you've gotten, and also how long you've worked, and your English language or your language test scores, basically. So we needed all those things, and we said, okay, we know we're not going to do this application proper before we get married, but let's just even enter the pool and see what our scores are. Ladies and gentlemen, those scores. Okay, so I think to claim the highest scores for work experience, you have to have worked for 3 years. Me, I hadn't worked for up to 3 years, so my score was like 418 or something there. So I was looking at Olus, now you go run this thing. So I think your score was like in the
470 or 450.
No, like 450 something like that. Yeah, and we're like, okay, fine.
We're just coasting, like
okay, it's looking like Olus is going to be the one to do this application. I think this was like. So I remember us feeling this in December 2018. And we're going to get married in 2019. And your profile that you create is valid for a year. So we're like, no, Allah, we'll just be in the pool for like this. By the time we're married, we're just going to update and enter. But the Lord has things in store for you that you don't know. But okay, that's another thing though. Let me not do like I'm preaching to you guys or anything, but in this whole journey of coming to Canada, I feel like God really came through for us in different aspects, which you guys will hear about. So we created the profiles in December. Yeah, and then we saw our scores and we just said, okay, no problem, we're just gonna hold on. Next thing, my boy here, maybe like 2 days or something after we created his profile, got an invitation to apply. So what happens that when you're in the pool, they have draws. Let's say they say, okay, today everybody from 460 and above come and apply. Do you get? If you're not ready to apply, you can decline and stay in the pool, but you may not get invited again.
It's not guaranteed.
So they'll say, okay, so they'll put like a cutoff mark, and then everybody above that cutoff mark can apply. So that's when the real application now starts. Like that's when you submit your documents to them, and they now say, okay, you're going to wait for this amount of time, blah blah blah, for you to get approved. So this one here got an invitation to apply like 2 days after. I was like, oh, how are we going to do this thing? So there's a way you can add your spouse after you've applied, but it's long, and then also the whole spousal application thing can take a while.
Yeah. So and Antonio was not sure if I'll go without her and not add that to my application.
You dare not. So it's like, man, it's easier for you to just be married and apply together as a family. So we wanted to now say, she will not do a registry like this, so get it over with. And
straight up.
Yeah, but the forces that controlled us said, no, you're gonna wait till you get married.
Do things the right way.
Do things the right way. Yeah. I said, okay, fine, which is why I said, I just looked up to God and said, God, if it is your will that we're going to end up in this place, we'll wait and we'll do whatever. So we had to decline the invitation to apply, and which was sad.
Was it sad though?
it was sad.
I was living my life. I wasn't ready to go anywhere, guy.
You don't even have the money, girl, because you need proof of funds to go. You don't have money.
If you like say they invite you to come collect from
them,
I
because you need to prove in your bank accounts that you have enough money to take care of yourself when you come to Canada. So we don't even have all that because we're even planning our wedding. So forget about it. So next thing again, I think in like January or so, there was another draw. He got ITA, he still couldn't apply.
So declined like twice.
He declined again. And you know, I was doing my research, which is something that you should be ready to do if you want to come to Canada. You always be doing your research before you come. Even after you come, your research continues. And I was doing my research, and this cutoff, like I was seeing projections, and this cutoff mark is not going to come as low as it was coming. Because I think what happened that December, I think before then it was like 460 something, and he was like 450 something. So it's like they were trying to meet the target of the year. They hadn't taken as many people as they wanted to take in 2018. So they just said, we're going to reduce this cutoff mark and more people can come. January 2, same thing. But instead of that January, the draws, the cutoff was not getting here. I was like, hey, Jesus, are we going to come to this Canada? So what happened next was that he now got a notification of interest to come and apply for a nomination.
Yeah, for Ontario, right?
For Ontario, which was another heartbreak.
Guys, this was when he actually started getting to me, because this was when I now knew that this was when like I got interested in going to Canada. Like, why did they call me? You understand? Prior to this, I was like, yeah, maybe Thursday and I will go. I'll settle line and I'll come back to Nigeria. So like when I got like this notification of interest, I was like, there's something there. God is saying something in this place. So I now started. That's when I actually now started taking it seriously. Like,
And a notification of interest, which is NOI, that you see in this book, is basically a province holding a draw within the whole express entry pool, saying that maybe we speculated, but maybe based on your work experience, that this guy is into advertising. We want somebody, we want people who are into advertising or age, or even your IELTS score, like these people can speak English, come to Ontario. Do you get that kind of thing? So they'll send people like letters that contact us and come and apply for your nomination. And when you get this nomination, he adds like 600 points. So just know that the next draw you're getting in. Do you get? So and the thing about the nomination though is that you have to go and live and work in that province, which is fine. I'm like, I don't care if you come Prince Edward Island, I will go.
Yeah, it was the North Pole.
I will go. So he got that notification of interest, and even at that time, you had to even pay for the Ontario nomination.
It was like 1,500 or 1,600.
Guy, 1,600 cars. Bro, we don't have this money. So we just said that we're not even ready. So we'll just keep waiting. And I said, the God that I serve will still come through for me, Sha.
Yeah.
So next thing, shortly before our wedding, I got a notification of interest as well from Alberta. And I was like, hey, I'll wait to do. So because I think that NOI is like valid for like 8 weeks before you now start applying for the provisional nomination, which take another set of months and everything. But you'd have sent your documents to them. So I'm like, so I was on projects. Should I delay this thing small, then apply for this thing, so that when we get married, it would have clicked by then. But I was like, but I won't be able to send my marriage certificate to them. They will not issue me this nomination based on the fact I'm a single person. I will not marry out of... So, because the thing about it is that you never know which documents can cobalize you, in quotes. So, so you have to make sure that everything is accurate. Do you get, like, what you told Alberta is what you're going to tell Canada. Like, everything has to be legit, because you don't know where you can get stuck. And misrepresentation, 5 years.
Disqualify you
will not come to Canada, or they'll ban you for life. So I was like, all my documents have to be spick and span before I do this thing. And then I was even trying to edit something in my profile that day or something, and all of a sudden my whole profile that I created just disappeared.
Poof.
The whole thing just got deleted. I don't even know.
Village People Association.
Because I think maybe I was trying to... Okay, so I think there was one work experience I put in the profile that I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get a reference letter for. I was like, okay, let me remove this one and just claim points for the other ones or something. It's okay. So I was trying to edit it, and I think maybe the points now changed and the whole thing just scattered. So just said,
you were misrepresenting.
I wasn't miserable. Calm down.
I wanted to cook the books.
No, never. No, I just didn't. I didn't want to cook any books. That's why I was like, let me take this one out because I'm not sure if these people are still in business and if I'm going to get reference for this job.
Yeah.
So let me just let it go. So then the whole thing just scattered. Profile cancelled. So even the NOI that I got was even invalid because they can't transfer it to a new profile. I was like, oh my god, like,
guy, you're like village people one.
Zero. Well, I was like, no, that this is not going to be the end of this thing. So I created another profile and I was back again in the pool. So I was just waiting again. So funny story though, we went for so we used to have these youth gatherings in my church every Tuesday. Prayer meetings. Yeah, we call it
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Tuesday prayer meetings, we call it TPM. So I went for it and so we got married. Yeah, we got married and then we're now waiting for the next set of draws. And then the draws were happening, the cutoff marks, they were choking us. They were higher than us. Yes, I was like, more that this thing. Which, like, so how long do we have to wait for the cutoff marks to be able to, you know, meet us? You know, we're getting older, the younger you are, you know, the more points you have, that kind of things. Like, how long do we have to wait? And I was, like I said, I was in the time in my life where I just got married. So I'm like, okay, I took a break off work. So I'm like, okay, do I just enter back into the workforce and forget about this Canada thing, you know, the workforce back in Nigeria and just, you know, do I just focus on this thing and get it done? I was like, that God, come through for me. I need to structure my life right now. So we went for the TPM and then, you know, I just prayed about it that God, like, cause and they want you to be very specific with your prayers. So I'm like, God, what is going to change my life right now is an email, because you're going to get a notification in your email. So I'm like, God, that email that is going to help me right now, please send it to me. And I was even first praying that Lord send it to, because I thought that he would be the principal applicant. I was like, Lord, send it to him tomorrow or whenever it is. Let us see.
Give God deadline.
I gave God. I said, God, please, we need this thing to come through. Like, my life is on hold. I need to know what I'm doing. Do you get? Yeah. So I was like, God, please, you know, come through. Send this email. Let this email come to Shay's inbox, and you know. And it's funny because after we now had that whole round of prayers, we're now talking after, and someone said, "Oh, that do you even know that we ask God for some things, and it doesn't even come the way that we expect it to come? That we need to just be open." Like, person was like, "Oh, you need to open your prayers, you know, that kind of thing. That don't just say it's this way you want it to happen. Yeah. Just ask God, God." So I was like, okay, and I went back again. Okay, let me pray again and say, okay, God, however I want it to happen, let it happen.
That will be done.
That will be done. But I know it's an email, Sha. So I still pray that God, that email, let me get it. And you guys, would you believe this was a Tuesday, the Wednesday, they had a draw and we got the email. So like Alberta had a draw. So they sent notification of interest to my inbox again. I'm like, oh wow, okay, Lord. If this is the sign, I hear you. Do you get, like, this is the sign? If there is no other, like, if we're supposed to come to this place, do you get? So like, that is it. There's no point trying to fight with anything. The devil cannot even prevail. So I'm like, yeah. So we got like the email that, okay, our brother wants you, come and apply for your nomination. My people, my documents.
Packed our bags.
Honestly, so
our documents.
I swear. And so they will ask you for things that are similar to what's the RRCC, which is the immigration body, will also ask you like your work experience as well, your school, your degrees and everything. But my own now, they ask for our secondary school. Our secondary school.
Oh, okay,
yes. So I had to go to Ikorodu to my secondary school and get my WAEC degree, my WAEC and my NECO. And then
I remember that day, that your teacher that was acting up.
That's not even good day. Honestly, in my mind, I'm like, this is my school that I'm going to. This is the last time I will set my foot in this place. And I went there. One teacher was even trying to frustrate me. I was like,
he said she didn't greet him or something like that.
Somebody I didn't even see. I'm like,
guy, if I was there, I'd have watched that guy.
I was going to watch him. No, I would have watched him, but I was there for a purpose. And they hadn't given it to me, so I was like, let me not cause any trouble. Do you get? And I didn't even pass.
And you actually greeted him, didn't you?
No, I greeted him. The guy, he has issues. I bet just leave him. So so I had to go the way there and you know, for this application I was like, I'm going to do everything. I'm ready to go to the end of the world to get everything. So imagine I begged my mom for a driver. Mom, please, I need your driver. So she came through for me, you know, went to school, got the whole thing. Then the office that I wanted to delete from my profile, that I wasn't sure that they would give me a reference letter, I had to add it back. So I went there. I think maybe I hadn't worked there since like 2016 or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 2017.
whatever, 16,
whatever,
17.
yeah. And this was like 2019. I went there, please. I know it was only internship, 3 months. Please, I need this letter.
My humble self.
My humble self. And they were so nice to me, and they gave it to me. They're like, oh, are you traveling for master? I was like, I just need this reference letter. All this one are you asking me? So for the reference letter, you have to have the
complimentary card? What?
No, like you have to have
the role.
The role.
Yeah, if you did more than one role, you have to indicate. It's not in this book.
It's not in the book though.
Yeah, you have to indicate the timelines of each role.
How much you were paid, how many hours you
the
worked.
job description.
Yeah, how long you worked there.
Match the work skill set that you put in your application. So you have to like be really detail oriented.
You really need this book,
with
guys.
this thing.
So I had to gather all my documents, my degree as well, all my degrees from secondary school to Unilag, everything. And so for this one, it was a paper-based application as opposed to the Express Entry, which is an online application. So for the Express Entry, you just scan your documents and upload them. For this one, I had to send my documents or photocopies of my documents through courier. So I think I used DHL.
DHL,
yeah, because DHL is the short.
Yeah.
So I sent everything to them, and I got notification that they had received the documents and they were working on it. And I think maybe like 2 months after we got the nomination. Momo, when I saw that email.
So that's when they give you the points, right?
Yeah. So when you get the nomination, you just also get notification that something has changed in your profile. Like, do you want to accept the nomination? Yeah, they give you the option.
Which kind of question is that?
600 points, bro. I have accepted.
Yeah.
Best believe.
That changes everything.
It changes everything, yeah. So if you were in doubt of doing it before, by the time you see those 600 points,
bro,
your ginger will
no going back.
No going back. So which means that in the next set of draws, you're gonna get calls to apply. And me, I didn't have a problem with it because first of all, Calgary is a city where I've been looking at. So you know when
we're looking at the major cities.
Yeah, I think we're thinking Vancouver. But Vancouver is so expensive. You know, Toronto was not even.
Yeah, it was like second.
It was like third or something.
Third option.
Do you get? And everyone's like, "Oh, go to Toronto." I'm like, "Bro, Toronto was never my priority." So I'm like, as God will have it, it was the same place that I was looking to go to that they called me. So we were like, "Okay, we're boarding this train."
We're like, "We see what you did there, God." So guys, literally, like getting a provincial nomination is like getting a golden ticket.
Yeah. Like
it's just sure for you.
The next thing that happened was that they had the draw, which was just a couple of weeks after, and obviously we got the notification that come and apply for this thing, you know. So you get the invitation to apply, you just get notification to your mail that there's a new message in your profile, go and check. So we saw it and we're like, okay.
When do we get this ITA?
We got the ITA. So we got the nomination in October 2019. And then we got the ITA that same October 2019. Yeah, so immediately we got the nomination, I started packing our documents together because I already knew that next draw we have to apply. And they will give you only like 90 days for you to get all your documents together and upload them and submit your profile. You know, so me, I just made sure that everything was taken care of beforehand so that there will not be any gra or struggling or glitch or something or village people. So we got the invitation to apply, and then we started working on our documents. So some of these documents or some of these things or documents shall include your medical report. So for you to get a medical report, you have to go and do your medical exam. But you cannot do that medical exam without getting that invitation to apply. And that medical exam, they are always overbooked.
Yeah, you need to.
So you have 90 days to get all your documents together. But most of the time, these medical people are already booked like 30 days in advance. So just know 30 days of that, 90 days is already gone. So you literally, like as I got the ICA, the next day I was already mailing and calling them that book us, how far?
You know, we did like online, so there's an online calendar that shows you the time slots and the days, and like when we looked at it, we were like, oh more, it was like maybe next 3 weeks.
Next 3 weeks or so,
There's only one person that does it in Lagos where we were.
No, there was like two. Yeah, like two.
That's why. So it's always booked. You know that a lot of you guys and we guys were trying to japs
with their big families of 8 doing medicals. Come on.
So it was funny. Medicals was like 30,000 naira per head, right?
Per head, or thereabouts.
In dollars would be
I don't know. Sorry, none of us knows math here.
Yeah, it's in our book.
It's in our book.
Yeah, so I think we booked online, then we all these things, like there was a lot of taking days off work, but I'm like, this is my future, like
honestly.
I'm off work today, I'm going for
luckily for
medical.
me, I wasn't even working at in any office. I was just doing I was working from home. Yeah.
So yeah, then I think we booked, then we went there early, and guys, like you need to like rest and take it easy before your medicals.
Yes.
Like don't take alcohol, you understand, don't stress your body literally, don't do any strenuous activity.
Because they're going to do like blood
They're
tests
gonna
and
do
urine
blood
tests,
work,
X-ray,
everything, yeah.
Don't have accidents.
Guy, and make sure you have enough blood in your body, like eat well. So I think we got there very early. We had like an 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. I can't remember. It was at Q Life, but it was really early. We got there, and funny enough, we now met our guy there. So the guy, there's a lot of meeting.
Yes, you see your friend. Oh, you want to run?
Yeah, he's actually in British Columbia now. Yeah. So we went there. We had to wait for a bit. Parking there was crazy, like because it was in Victoria Island. A lot of offices around. Then after, when the usher said it was time to enter, because you first have to wait outside before if you get there really early. So we now went in and we sat down. They gave us like tallies. They give you different tallies for urine test.
Do you even remember this more than me?
I remember, yeah. I remember. They give you a tally for the X-ray and all of that. Then they're now calling you guys sequentially. Their customer service wasn't really great. The girl there was really a tool. Yeah, but waiting concern me.
But I kind of felt bad for them because I'm sure that like looking at us, are you leaving this country, leaving us behind, getting it.
They should come and collect the book and start their own journey too. Yeah, so we actually waited there for a while, like 2 hours or so, to get everything done. It was stage by stage. You meet people there. We met people who were just gisting with some people.
Just Nigerians and
yes,
sales.
Yeah, then we went. The doctor will ask you different questions to your health history, all of that. Weight. Yeah, height, weight, blah blah blah. Yeah, and that was pretty much it. So get ready to get jabbed.
Yes, I hate injections. So
me,
I was like. Yeah, and okay, so another thing that we had to get was our police report.
Yeah.
So Canada wants to know whether you're a criminal. They want to know whether or not you've committed any crime, and because they have issues with admitting people who may have committed crimes.
Yeah.
So you have to prove with the police reports in everywhere you've lived for more than 6 months. So you have to get one.
That is not Canada.
That you are not a terrorist.
I think we went to Alagmo. Yeah, we had one plug.
So we had a plug.
Yeah. It was under 10 grand, maybe like 9 kg or 7 kg. I can't really remember. But it's funny because like when you go to that, if you're in Lagos, when you go to that Alagmo clues, like they're just. It's a funny environment because I remember we were walking and some police guys just stopped me like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "What do you mean? Where am I going? I'm going to the police station."
Exactly.
They're not like, oh, this is a controlled or it's a reserved area. You can't just walk in here. And I had to drop the name. I said, "I'm going to meet so." Because I'm like, okay, go. I'm like, how would you ask me where I'm going? Like, do I look like a riffraff?
Shouldn't you be asking me, oh, what do you need? Are you not there for service? Like, I don't even.
Yeah, so when we called the guy, he brought us in, we paid up front, man, paid before service. Then we paid, then he got some information from us. Then I think it takes about 30 to 45 minutes. So you have the option of staying or going and coming back.
To also just
they need to run some checks that you're not wanted.
And then you do like your
we did thumbprints
or like ink or something.
We were to do biometrics. Yeah, so we waited there in his office. It was an air-conditioned office. Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
We're just gisting, catching crews.
And you'd be surprised, like the guy's service wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. It was better than...
It was different from normal police. Like, you see, I guess because there was money stuff nonsense
police is your
now.
friend.
Oh,
yeah, we got that instantly, then we left, we
left. But the thing about it is that so your police report is valid for only like 6 months.
6 months,
you have to make sure you are doing your application and getting it.
You're ready to move.
Yeah.
Nobody can vouch for you in the next 6 months.
Abi. So I think you also had to do your passport renewal.
Yeah, I did my passport, but this was before all of this, wasn't it?
No, you did yours in the middle.
Okay, I did it in the middle, because when we had started, I had some months, but because of the whole process, my passport was expired.
So that's one thing that I just want to advise you guys, that before you apply, just try to get your passports
Yeah, sorted out. Look at the timeline when it's expiring. I went. It was when we were doing this whole NIN integration with the new passport. So I got my NIN then.
Me too.
Yeah, she got her own. So, and I was one of the people that had the new passport first.
Yes.
So
okay, take your
some
trophy.
respect on my name. Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's so. Please try to get your passports renewed before the application starts, because when they say that the passport is expiring, you now say, oh, you need to get a new passport before you can continue this thing, and to delay.
Yeah, that passport I just remembered, when we went to pick up, it was easier when I went to do it because I had like my plug there who introduced me to another plug. So that one was seamless. I just sat back. But going to pick up, the person wasn't there. And there was like crazy cute guy. I just now remember that I met that guy and I cracked some jokes with him. So the guy remembered me. I went to look for him. I'm like, bros, I know if you stay for that, can't stay in this queue.
And that's the stress of this passport runs in Nigeria.
He now told me to just go in there, that the woman, I should just drop one name for the woman. I tried my luck. The woman liked my face. She said I should come and sit down in front. I was like, confirm. And I got it.
Yeah.